Tommy, tell us about your day in tournament.
Now today, it started out not real good. I'd not lost a fish the whole tournament, and this morning I jumped about a 3-pounder off real early in the morning, and that, that was bad. And I told my cameraman, I said, you don't overcome that on this lake as tough as it is. And fished around there probably till 10:30 or 11 o'clock before I had my next bite, and I caught 2, flipping my bug in the backs of pockets in the little ditches and creeks, fishing it real shallow, using 25-pound shooter, 7.5 foot it's a Signature Series flipping stick with a 7-to-1 quantum burner reel, and I just fishing it real shallow, and it's whatever far as back in the creeks and the ditches that I could get, and then far as I could flip it on past that. And that's how I caught the bag today, and ended up catching one on a spook today, but he was back there in that shallow water. There's a lot of bait fish. You get in the right ones, like everybody was saying, there'd be a lot of bait fish in there. So bait was the key, and that's about all I did. And the first day of the tournament, I caught 2 on the hard head, which is a football swivel head. Like I'd won the Bassmaster Lead a couple of weeks ago at Oklahoma, and that's what I caught all of them on. And what it does is lets that bait float and swivel, and just looks like a crawdad running across the bottom when you're cranking it. And basically those 2 were the 2 baits that I used.
At what point today did you think you had a shot at taking this one?
I knew I was going to be close to Bobby. Hopefully that I was hoping that he didn't catch him real good, and he had 7-something pound lead on me, and I really never thought I was going to win until I saw his fish there in the tank, and then I thought I had a chance. So it was pretty much a surprise right till the very end. Today, I started off, like I said, and jumped one off, and it was probably 10:30, 11 o'clock, and went in the back of a pocket, caught one under a willow, and then one back in the little ditch, and that kind of gave me a key. I knew they were in the ditches earlier in the week a little bit, but you're getting so few bites, it's just hard to try to put the pattern together. So I run around there to the next one, looked on the map on the HDS, and any of them that had on the map, any little pockets that had a little ditch running in it, that's what I was keying on. And I ran around there to that one, fished all the way to the back of it, about as far as you could float your boat, and peeked around the corner, around the willow, and there was like 7 or 8 3 to 4 to 5 pounders. And I dropped the power poles, and I told my cameraman, we're not leaving until we win right here. We're going to win it right here. And that's basically what happened. I messed around there and caught a 4-pounder was the first one, and then caught another one, and then they got kind of spooky, and they'd swim up under the willows, and you couldn't see them, and you'd just make blind pitches in there and try to get one to bite it. And I caught one more like that, and then probably 1 o'clock, 1:30, I told him, I said, I got to go because I got 4, and these fish, we've been sitting there for a couple of hours, and we run around there to another pocket that had the same little ditch in it, and run back there and back as far as you could get, because I knew that's where I wanted to go, and got back there and made a pitch into a little old willow bush, and it thumped pretty good, and I set the hook and didn't move him, and I thought, oh boy, come out as a big old snapping turtle. So I didn't want to lose my weight, and I got him up there, and I slid my weight up the line and grabbed me another hook and tied it on, stood back up and made a probably 20-yard pitch back as far as I could pitch it. And when I picked up on it, it felt a little heavy, and the water wasn't but about that deep, and about that time I saw him swim, and that was my 5th fish. So all in all, it worked out to be a great day. But it's been a tough tournament, I'm telling you. You get 2 or 3 bites a day, it's tough.
Tell me about this lake and this tournament.
Well, the lake is a pretty lake, a beautiful lake, and probably a great night fishing lake. I used to night fish a lot, and I would really want to go out there at night, more so than in the daytime. But when we got here, it had some bushes and willows in the water, and it's a lake that I guess goes up and down 30 or 40 feet during the winter or something. So the first day of practice, I ran all the way up the river. I didn't get very many bites up there. I went to the dam. There's a lot of boats up there, and I told myself, a month or 2 or 3 ago, this was dry. Those fish just don't run back up here, I don't believe. So I started keying in from then on down in the areas of the lake that the water was always there. I was far enough up the river where it was dry. So I started keying on stuff down the lake, and then as the tournament started and got to going, I kind of started concentrating on the clearer water end, because I'm just the same way as everybody else. I'd rather fish dirty water. But I had some places up in above the bridge in that area, and they weren't really good places. You know, get a bite here and get a bite there. And the second day I ran up there and run some of those spots, and the boat traffic fishermen were up there a lot more. So today I knew I was just going to stay down the lake, stay down there, and one or two boats is all I saw all day. And I stayed down there in the clear water, mainly to stay away from the pressure, and hoping that those guys hadn't been down there fishing as much as they had up the river.